Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mention It All podcast. Today we have something special for you guys. Last week I had the pleasure of sitting down with Love Island USA and Love Island Beyond the Villa breakout star Kaylor Martin at Glossy Pop NYC for a live recording. So stay tuned and you are going to hear our conversation from Glossy Pop NYC right now. Welcome to New York.
Love it.
How's the city treating you so far?
So well. I was living in LA for a couple months and I just feel like this is the place to be.
New York is definitely the place to be compared to LA.
I think so.
You have had a whirlwind last year and a bit. Last year, Love Island USA, season 6. Safe to say that season really blew up. And you didn't have your phone the whole time.
I did not.
I am so curious. I've been waiting to talk to anyone from Love Island to just hear about what is it like that moment when you leave the villa and you get your phone back and you turn it on and you must have 50,000 notifications. Can you tell me about that moment?
I turned my phone on and I was like, holy hell. I had no idea how to process any of it. I called my best friend before I even called my family and I said to my best friend, how bad did I embarrass myself on national television? She said, well, you cried a little bit, but like if that's the worst thing they can say, then that's fine. So it was a lot, but honestly just was full with gratitude and feel very blessed on how the season went about. So
you cried a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I know that from talking to you a little bit, you grew up watching reality TV. You're a big reality TV fan from back in the day. What do you think of as your kind of reality TV origin story? What's the first thing you remember watching and obsessing over?
I remember watching Vanderpump Rules whenever Stassi was on the show. So long ago. My mom's a huge reality show fan. She watches them all. Also, Real Housewives of New Jersey. All of it, and then obsessed with Beverly Hills, but only Lisa Rinna season. She is my queen, my idol. So yeah, that's mostly it whenever I started. And then once you enter that door, you kind of you just can't get enough. So
yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
What was it like for you kind of making the decision, knowing that you could watch so much reality TV, that you were gonna apply to go on Love Island and kind of dip your toes into those waters?
I don't even think I thought about it. I knew Love Island was nothing like Real Housewives or Vanderpump Rules or any of that. I was just a normal college kid, and I remember I was sitting in my room during Christmas break, drinking a Buzzball with my best friends in my room.
As all good decisions are made, drinking a Buzzball.
I saw an ad on Facebook to apply for Love Island, and of course I was on Facebook during Christmas break. I wanted to see what all the hometown friends were up to, who was pregnant, who was getting married, and then I saw the lovely Love Island application. So I applied, and I didn't hear anything for months, and then I was in college, and I got a call from Beverly Hills, California, and I left, and they're like, hey, actually, we saw your application, we would love to have an interview with you. And then the process, I could speak hours about it, but yeah.
How much do you feel like you knew what to expect going in versus what was the craziest thing that you had no idea was coming?
Well, first of all, I did not think that Love Island would be as successful as it was. I've watched, my little sister and I watched previous seasons of Love Island, and we always loved it, but it wasn't a huge deal. At least I don't think. But going in, I didn't know that I wasn't going to be aware of what day it was. I didn't know, wasn't going to know the time of the day. There was people coming in, and if they're Kendall, for instance, he was like, it's my birthday this month, but I don't know what day my birthday is. So
you just celebrate your birthday for the whole month.
Yeah, exactly. So we would try to make tally marks with lipstick, because we're not even allowed a notepad or a pencil. So we only have lip liners. So we would try to tally mark and ask the bombshells, what day was it when you came in and all of that. But
that is so cool, because watching the show, you guys spend so many hours and days and weeks just hanging out, just talking by the pool or sitting in soul ties, and it's crazy to think you have no concept of anything that's going on. Even people reacting to what's happening on the show, because I think that season going so big as it did, there were so many memes, so many reactions, so many, people being critical, people loving you guys. Like, you just don't know any of that's happening in real time.
Yeah, I remember leaving and seeing Sabrina Carpenter came out with a new album and all the fresh new music that I had missed throughout the summer, and I was I remember listening to Please, Please, Please with my best friend, and please turn it off, Kaylor, we've heard it all summer, and I'm this is a new song to me. So even things of that, things in politics, everything. So literally someone could die that's a huge public figure and we wouldn't even know.
It's a strange thing, and this year the show that you've been doing, Love Island Beyond the Villa, is such a different format.
Completely, yeah.
And now every week this show has been coming out, and for better or for worse, you're able to get those reactions in real time of people having all those opinions on social media. What has that been like, kind of the contrast between those two experiences?
I wanted to be on the Villa, and I was you know what, I'll be cool, I've done this before, I got this. And then I started to be on the Villa, and I was oh my goodness, this is nothing like Love Island. Love Island, there's a plot, you're there to fall in love, and you don't have your phone, which I would think that not having your phone would have made things more difficult, but actually filming Beyond the Villa, it was way more difficult having my phone, and also dealing with real life problems simultaneously, dealing with drama between the castmates. So that was definitely the most challenging thing for me. But also there's cameras right in your face this time, so that's also different. Whereas in the Villa, there's hidden cameras everywhere, everywhere. Even in our off-camera bathrooms, there's cameras. So
yeah, and you guys obviously, everyone on Beyond the Villa had gone through season 6 together. You had various different levels of relationships and bad relationships and good relationships. And now that you guys have really been on this journey together over the last year and a half, I imagine that it feels like everything is a little bit deeper too.
Yeah, completely. I feel we all argue, we all fight, but at the end of the day, I can't say as season 6, we are all a huge family and we support each other. And we really felt bonded after Love Island, and also experiencing our lives change in a blink of an eye. So going through those transitions with people is amazing, honestly, when you have close people to experience those changes with. So yeah.
What did you, after Love Island, obviously you go out there, you have the experience of a lifetime, then you come back, it's so popular. How did the conversation happen of, oh, maybe let's do something else with this group of people? Was it an easy yes for you to continue kind of on that ride? Yeah,
so actually we were supposed to film Beyond the Villa in November of last year. Mm-hmm. So we were all yeah, why not? We were leaving the Villa, it was very fresh, and we were yeah, let's do it again. And then it kept getting pushed back, and then we just started filming for Beyond the Villa on May 4th. So it was a little different for me as well, because I was in a different point in my life in that area. So I was very uneasy about filming, just because I was dealing with a lot of family and personal issues, and I didn't want to miss out on time with, for instance, my grandma passed, and I didn't want to miss time out with her just because I was filming in LA.
For you, for Beyond the Villa, going on Love Island, you're signing up to be on a dating show. Obviously that is a part of your personal life, even if it's within this kind of construct of the Villa, but continuing on Beyond the Villa and, just being somebody who has a big audience now, what has it been like kind of adjusting to living, your dating life and your personal life kind of in public?
Yeah, it was challenging at first. Now I know not to read the comments and not to reply to hate and all of that stuff. But in all, I went on Love Island and that was my dating life. So, and Beyond the Villa, I feel they just see it a little bit more, you know, so.
What was it like knowing, obviously you on Love Island, you had the relationship with Aaron and you guys aren't together anymore. We could spend a long time going through all the details of that, but what was it like kind of having to have that continue to be a dynamic that was going to come up throughout the season?
Yeah, it was difficult because I went through a lot in Love Island during our relationship. So when we stopped filming, he went back to the UK, I was here, it was okay, out of sight, out of mind, out of country, out of mind. And then when I heard that he was being being casted for Beyond the Villa, I was nervous and scared because it was kind of like my reality was coming back. And yeah, if you've watched Beyond the Villa, you've seen that we can go from 0 to 100 really quickly. So,
Well, you're in a new relationship now.
yeah.
And that obviously, meeting somebody and starting to date somebody when you have the public attention on your personal life, I imagine that's something to navigate.
Yeah, it was really hard. I think it was hard for both my boyfriend and I because he's coming in with the entire cast, and my ex-boyfriend's a part of the cast, and whenever we do long distance, so when he was coming to visit me in LA, I was going out and filming at like the parties and such like that for Beyond the Villa, and I wasn't gonna leave like, oh hey babe, I'm just gonna leave you at home while I go hang out with my ex-boyfriend and all my friends. Yeah, it was definitely difficult for him, and I think even when I get married someday, I'm still gonna be hearing fuck Aaron. So I guess I'm just gonna take that to my deathbed. But
some crash outs stick with you for a long time.
Sure do. Yeah.
Speaking of crash outs, on season 7 of Love Island this summer, obviously also went super viral. People had so many opinions on it. What was it like for you kind of seeing a new crop of people going through that same experience with that, something that you've gone through?
Yeah, it was interesting. Watching it for me is way different from I feel like someone that hasn't experienced Love Island, because you know all the ins and outs.
Mm-hmm.
You know when producers are setting up a conversation or saying have a chat with this person and that person. So it was definitely eye-opening watching that, and I felt for the girls this season because their crash outs were so valid, and I will say this till I die. Like you guys saw my crash outs for season 6. If I was put in season 7 cast, I would have lost my mind. Like I would have cried every day. So I give them all props.
Yeah, I think once you've sort of been behind the curtain, any kind of show that you're going to be watching, you're going to have that thing in your mind, like, okay, like there's more to the story here, or she probably was still thinking about this other thing.
Or like the cuts that they do, like for instance, for a lot of like people's nonverbals. So like they'll cut things up to like, let's say someone says something and you had a blank face at the beginning of that, but you're actually smiling. They will cut to like your blank face to seem like you're just giving like a rusty bitch face, but like yeah.
When you're out there, you're out there for like 30 days, just rolling cameras all the time.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of footage to sit through.
Yeah.
It's easy for them to catch you like that.
100%.
Has it made you, when you're watching people go through things like you said, all those crash outs, like, do you feel like you have a lot more grace kind of for what people are going through, even down to like criticizing someone's looks or someone's makeup or their lash extensions look crazy? There's so much feedback happening on those shows.
100%, and even like going back to whenever I was a love reality TV, love Housewives, I would be like, ew, I can't stand that girl. And it's like, well, now you kind of have, like I have a different perspective when you're watching people, because also for Love Island, they're there 24 hours each day, and you guys it's being cut into 40 to an hour show. So I just keep that in mind, and yeah, the public can be very harsh, and I think also Love Island fans are really crazy. We love them, but they are very harsh, yeah.
Yeah, it's something where like, especially because you guys are out there on your own, it's not like you're, going to get glam before every time you film. You're in the room yourself, you're doing the makeup, you're doing the hair, you're out there in the humidity, like there's so much that goes into it. I think to be in that situation and then like coming out and being like, oh wait, I guess I did look crazy, but like, so would you?
Exactly, yeah. I think like we're all human, we're not just like little Sims on TV. So I think that sometimes the public can be very harsh.
How tempted were you to ask Ariana questions about Vanderpump Rules?
I'm so tempted, so freaking tempted. I loved her on Vanderpump Rules from the start, and whenever I found out that she was hosting, my mom was like freaking out, like, oh my gosh, I can get a picture with her and this, and like now like we follow each other on Instagram. It's insane.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a picture with her. We'll be like on the TV screen together, Mom.
When I saw her, I was literally taken back. I was like, oh my god.
I know, and she turns out those looks on Love Island. She has the glam.
Yeah. No, she does. Yes, as she should.
I'm so curious for you, being on Beyond the Villa this season, and you've watched so many Housewives shows, other kinds of reality shows, like also seeing the sort of production maneuvers on a show like that, which is different from Love Island. Like, do you think differently when you watch even like something like Housewives now?
100%. Yeah, everything's so skewed once you're a part of it. Now, like, I know that a lot of the fights are blown up. Like, it seems it's something like, let's say, arguing over glam. It's something so small, but it's blown up on television because you're giving them that ammo, So
like, who would argue over glam?
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm so curious, are there any shows that you are dying to go on? Like, is there anything on your bucket list that you see other people doing and you're like, get me on there?
Honestly, I love Dancing with the Stars. I mean, who wouldn't? That would be like my aha moment. Like, I would freak out. Also, Traders. I think Traders is really fun, and that would be really cool. Yeah, I've been recently watching Next Gen New York City, like the NYC Next Gen. Have you seen it?
I have.
It's like the Housewives.
It's like a fun, young
daughters. Yeah. Maybe that.
Okay.
Or maybe I just need to take a break from reality. We're figuring it out.
You're like, maybe in like 2027, you'll see me on Traders. Would you want to be a trader? Or do you think that sounds too stressful?
I think I would like it. I think I would like the messiness.
Your girl Lisa Rinna is going to be on next season of Traders.
I'm freaking out. So is Rob from my cast. And I've been texting Rob, like, when you go to the Traders cast and you see Rinna, you better tell her that your girl Kaylor is her biggest fan. He's like, Kaylor, I will. Chill out. I like text him all day. Like, have you met Rinna yet? He's like, Kaylor, I will tell her. Don't worry.
He's like, I get one 15-minute phone call a day.
Yeah.
I can't spend it talking to you about whether Lisa Rinna says hi.
Right, yeah.
I can see you on Traders. I can see you on Next Gen NYC. I mean, it's a young group. Some of them are new to New York City as well.
Yeah.
I think it could work.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them out too. So I'm like, we might be going to the same places. It might work out that way.
Was there anyone, like celebrities, a lot of celebrities have been watching Love Island the last couple of years, commenting on it. Is there anybody that you kind of were a little starstruck by, or even a little mortified by, maybe that it's like, oh, they watched that along with everybody else?
Yeah, my crash outs 24/7. But I remember leaving and my friend that I called was like, Kaylor, you have no idea, like, the show's really big. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's like, that's nice. She's like, no, like, Kim Kardashian's posting about it. Tate McRae took a picture of watching Love Island and it's your face crying on the screen. And she was like, I was freaking out. So it is insane. It's crazy that people that I've like idolized all my life have watched all my crash outs. So,
is there anything, looking back over these, 2 shows over the past year, like, is there anything that you wish you had known before, or maybe any like advice you would give to somebody who is thinking about putting their life out there like that?
Yeah, just stay true to you overall. And like, yes, I cried, but like, that's me. So I think just being yourself and staying true to your heart will make people love you even more because you're relatable. We're human. We mess up. We have hiccups in our lives. So I think, overall, just being yourself.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that you've learned not to read the comments so much. Have there been any like moments of weakness where you're like, I just have to know?
All the time. I'm not going to read the comments, and then here I am like fishing through like the hidden ones to see what they're saying. Because I care. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm like this crazy girl that cries all the time or someone that isn't like a real person. I want people to like think that I'm still a good person. So like, I guess with more so the comments like where it's coming at my character, I read into, because I do respect what my followers have to say. They're my supporters. So it's tough.
Yeah, it's a fine line because it's like you don't want to be too closed off to, what's happening in the world, and if there is maybe something that you could learn from or something that you could work on, but also you don't want to be like, it's really easy to fall into the thing of like, oh, like I'm gonna spiral and doom scroll into these comments.
Yeah, my boyfriend was just on Beyond the Villa and he was not in this world at all, and I was like, are you sure you want to do this thing? And he was like, yeah, I'll do it, yeah, sure. And then he's like receiving a lot of like hate and backlash. We both are because of my ex and all of that stuff. And it's been like extremely difficult for him as well because he's just been thrown into it. So I'm like trying to like tell him like who cares like what the people think, and then I need to listen to my own advice because I find myself doing the same thing sometimes.
It's crazy though because there can be so much negativity and so much backlash, but then other people are watching the exact same show and having the complete opposite reaction.
Right.
So you also then are kind of like, okay, well, like if 50 people hate me, but also 50 people love me, like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, we say that all the time. We like post a TikTok video and like the 100 comments are like, oh, like we don't like this relationship, and I'll be like, look, 300,000 people liked the post. So like, hey, we're it's all right.
You know, those engagement metrics are not too shabby.
Right. So.
You mentioned that you would love to do Traitors, a couple of those other shows. What are you kind of like excited about? I know you just moved to New York. Like in your life post Love Island, kind of like what's exciting to you? Opportunities, things like that.
Yeah, I feel like all the opportunities I've had within the year, like so exciting. I was just a small town girl in Pennsylvania, working 3 jobs, fully in school, paying my rent and my schooling, so like all of this is even like amazing. So I guess I'm just like, I'm very blessed. I thank God every day for everything that I've been blessed with within the last 2 years, but I'm 23, so I'm like figuring it out.
You have so much time.
Whenever I graduated college, I had this plan, sure, I'm gonna go for my master's degree, I'm gonna work with children with disabilities, and then my entire world flipped around, and sometimes it is stressful because I'm like, shit, when am I gonna do it? We don't really have that plan. So I'm just kind of navigating that, but yeah.
What were the 3 jobs that Kaylor was working before?
So I was a tutor on campus.
Okay.
I had so many jobs. I was a preschool teacher for one time. I was a companion for an autistic adult. I worked with autistic children. And I also was a waitress and a bartender. So you
really were running the gamut there.
And then still fully in school, and my mom would be like, baby, you deserve this, like you worked your little ass off for college. So yeah, I'm very grateful for all of this.
I love that. I know recently you had the opportunity to be on Watch What Happens Live with Danny Cohen, and as a Bravo girl growing up, I imagine that was very exciting.
I was freaking out, oh my goodness. I wish my mom could have been there. Actually, I could not have her there because she would have embarrassed me, but
you're like, it's a very small studio, we can't have mom screeching.
But I was so scared. I was like so intimidated by Andy because like he clocks the shit. Like he does not play. I'm like, okay, he's gonna clock me. So I was like practicing my answers and all of that, and then when I got on stage, I just literally saw white. Like I was so scared, but I think I did okay. I don't really know. I was a little tipsy, but how with the nerves.
No, and then when you go on that show, they're like, what's your favorite cocktail? And we will make sure that it is full at all times.
3 dirty martinis, please.
I love that. No, and you had your boyfriend there in the audience in the hot seat. It's always a good time.
I know, and he was not expecting that either. I'm like, hey baby, come support me backstage, and they're like, actually you're gonna be in the hot seat next to Mr. Dubrow. And my boyfriend had no idea who like Dr. Dubrow was, so he's like, yeah, so what do you do? And he's like, oh, I'm a doctor. And my boyfriend's like, oh, nice. Like, I'm like, babe, do you understand? Like,
you're like, relax, this is what you botched. He's
right over his head. Yeah.
I love that though. I mean, the world is your oyster. It really is. For you, like when you look back on your time on Love Island, on doing Beyond the Villa, like how do you kind of take a step back and say like, look at everything that's happened in the last year?
I like have my moments where I'm like just sitting at home looking through like old journals of mine, being like, where will little Kaylor be in 5 years? And I literally just cry. Like it's actually insane. I'm from a town of like 5,000 people, so it's just, I don't even know. I still don't know how to handle it. Like I'm just very grateful, and I'm gonna keep going until I can't anymore. So yeah.
I love that. Well, thanks so much, Kaylor. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks to Kaylor for participating in our first live episode recording. And thanks to everyone at Glossy Pop NYC for helping to make this happen. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Bravo by Betches. And until next time, be cool. Don't be all like uncool.